Hello, I am Simulated Irk, and welcome to a new series. Welcome to the back of a bus. Now, it's a very special bus. It's the Simulated Irk bus. It is indeed a London bus, and funnily enough, Simulated Irk is in Simulated London. Whoa, I'm controlling this with a mouse at the moment. Here I am. There's Simulated Irk. We are at the Crystal Palace bus station in London. This is OMSI to London, but for simplicity's sake, I'm just going to call this series London Bus Simulator. We are in a older style London double-decker bus. We have one of the newer route masters, also known as a Boris Master, just passing us there, coming to the end of its route at Crystal Palace. So our bus at the moment is totally dead. We haven't started her up or anything, and if you have a look, as an added bonus, look at the fleet number. Whoops. 19769, and the rego plate there, Simirk. And there we are, looking like a airline hostess, but anyway, here we are. So let's get into the cabin and let's get ready to go. First of all, we have to turn the bus on, and so I'll describe this as turning the batteries on. I could be wrong, but we press E and that gets some current going in. So we're checking our fire system, that's all okay. Now we're turning the ignition to stage 1 basically. And so now we can check our steering and we can check our doors. And if you have a look at the center of the steering wheel, I'll zoom in. You can see that both doors are indeed open, and if we close them again, front one closed, back one closed. Now if we go outside and say goodbye to our flight attendant, doors open, and our doors close. Now to get to this point, it's probably taken me 2 hours of trial and error getting things to work. I was having trouble getting my controller to work, but I have read some things on the internet, watched some videos, and now we are to this point. So let's now, this will interest me at least, we can set up our bus passenger information system. Again, I need to zoom in. I said, no, I didn't say to do that. Let's try that again. Now, one thing with OMSI is that it is older. It's an older simulator, and it is very, very clunky in terms of UI and that sort of stuff. So if we go there, okay. So what you can do now is using the up and down arrow keys, you can go through the various routes that you've got. So rail replacement, Oxford Circus Route 3, Marylebone Route N2, Oxford Circus Route 12, Elephant and Castle Route 45, King's Cross Route 59, Euston Route 68, Trafalgar Square 91, Liverpool Street 133, Marble Arch 159, Holborn 171, Herne Hill 201, West Norwood 315, Clapham Common 322, Old Kent Road Tesco 415, Clapham Common 417, Brixton 432, Elephant and Castle 468, Elephant and Castle P5, Oxford Circus N3, so that's a night route, Aldwych X68, so that's an express route, and the back is blank. So what we will do, we will go to Oxford Circus Route 3. Now I am at Crystal Palace bus station, or what I'd call a bus interchange here in Australia. So once you've selected Route 3, Oxford Circus, you press the blue button and then you choose your final destination. So we're at Crystal Palace, so we don't want that one. Piccadilly Circus, Trafalgar Square, Whitehall Horse Guards, Parliament Square, Lambeth Bridge, Cannington Lane, Cannington Church, Bricklayers Arms, Brixton Morville Road, Herne Hill, South Croxted Road, Oxford Circus. So we're going to go to Oxford Circus and we're going to hit the blue button, and then we're going to go outside and have a look at our indicators, or our more to the point, wow, that was a bit of extreme close up. It's very clunky to look around. You're trying to control it with the mouse. Zoom out. Now I want to do that again because I spent all that time zooming in and out. Oxford Circus, where we want to go. So F3 now. No, we'll have to change it to something else first. Hang on, let's change it to, as an example, Route 12, Oxford Circus. And let's go to Dulwich Live. Something a bit further down the alphabet. Whitehall Horse Guards. Let's say we're going there for the sake of the exercise. F3. So if we go outside, what is supposed to, okay, that's what's happening. It automatically rolls through the destinations on the front, and then it goes on the side, and you can't do anything until won't really do anything until it actually gets to where it wants to go. So now it wants to go to Oxford Circus, and now it's changing the front to whatever we changed it to. So it's changing to the new route, and it's basically going through everything at this point. And this could amuse me for hours. Just watching the bus go through its go through the different blinds. A little bit. There we go. So it'll take me a couple of hours to get to this point, and I haven't even really driven anywhere yet. So we'll just wait for this to keep scrolling, and it's just going to scroll through everything. Whitehall Horse Guards was the one I selected. Now the route number's coming up. Route number 12. Now if we go to the side, it's scrolling around the side until it's going in alphabetical order until it gets to Whitehall Horse Guards. So we're at the S's at the moment. And this is the way a real London bus works. So the driver can just do it automatically from their seat. You don't have to go over and wind it at as you did in the old days. Now the sound comes and goes. Now OMSI itself, the game OMSI itself, is about 7 years old. And so I believe from what I was reading today, it's still a 32-bit program rather than a 64 that's common these days. The London route has been, or the London map was debuted in December 2020. So we're just scrolling through the W's, Whitehall, horse carts. Okay, but that's not where we want to go now. Where we want to go now, back into the cab. And we want route number 3, Oxford Circus. Press the blue button. And then the destination we want will be Oxford Circus. So we'll go outside, and now it is going back to Oxford Circus Route 3. Now, in theory, you could be doing this and then you drive off, and then by the time you get over to the actual bus stop, well, you're there, but you can see just the amount of destinations that are available. And the animation, the way that they've done this is actually very good. Okay, Oxford Circus, and now it'll scroll around the numbers until it gets to number 3. N3. There we go, that's locked in position. Have a look around the side. And the side is scrolling as we speak. And that'll keep scrolling until we get to Oxford Circus Route 3. Now, I'm not going to go through this procedure every time there's an episode, but on this bus I'll show you, and then on another bus there's four types of buses that you can drive in the London map. And this is one of them. And I'll show you this procedure on all the buses, and then won't do it again. Okay, so we're in the seat. Okay, get in the seat. Alright, now, time to start the engine. Just hold M. Now what we need to do now, we need to go over to our menu, which will be off your screen. You select the route, which is number 3. Select a random shift. And the next one that we can do, $7.36, $8.12. So we can do that. And I need to adjust the time. 8. I say 8:12, we'll make it 8:10. So we're just loading, and in a really neat touch, if I can, wow, okay, we just went upside down for a minute. If we go down a little bit, and if we zoom in, Now down there, it's a little bit difficult to read unless you really zoom in, is a timetable for this route and what time it's actually supposed to pass each point on our route. Okay, so we're almost ready to go. We'll put our bus in gear and we'll take the park brake off and we are ready to rock. And this is almost as far as I've actually driven the bus in OMSI ever. So we're just going to take it slow and steady. Our passengers are starting to arrive. And we'll open our door, put our bus brake on.
Hiya, driver.
Hello. So, hang on. Actually, this view may be better.
3, 2, Oxford Circus.
Okay, so it's not quite time to go yet, but our passengers are getting on the bus. And you can scroll around and have a look at our passengers. And also I think you can go upstairs. I don't know quite how to do that at this stage. But we will depart. It's 8:12 now, so we'll close the door, indicator on, park brake off, and we will depart. Now, normally I've seen...
I must say, your driving is impeccable. No, I'm very joking. Can you stop the bus, please? I want to get off the first roll.
Shit, we haven't even got to the first set of traffic lights and already somebody's complaining about my driving. Now, in other videos that I've seen route indicators saying, hang on, maybe I have to activate them. Because I don't know where I'm going. I'm in London. I'm driving a London bus. I don't know where I'm going. So this is as far as I've driven a bus in OMSI. Quite proud of myself, actually. No idea where I'm going. So we're just waiting for the light. The passengers are quite chatty, which I know a few YouTube creators have commented on. And they say that, you know, bus passengers aren't really that chatty.
That driving is impeccable. No, I'm very joking. Let me off this bus.
So the steering is really sensitive. I'll be really surprised if this is actually the right stop. I'm pretty sure it's the wrong stop. So we'll close the door.
3, 2, Oxford Circus.
Alright, let's go. So I am using my Xbox controller to drive, which is what I do in a lot of the other driving games on Simulator Dirk. Turn that indicator off. There we go, I just had to remember what button I mapped. So there's an ambulance. You'll see and hear quite a few ambulances, police sirens, fire brigade, and that's also something that's annoyed some people. No, I do not want to cancel the current timetable, even though I have... Oh, hang on. The indicator's come up to turn right, even though I might be on the wrong route. We'll go around here and we'll try and get back onto the correct route, number 3. Now, believe it or not, one of the most popular ways to drive a bus on OMSI is to actually use the mouse or the keyboard. So what we're looking for is the Route 3 timing point. Come on. So we're not on the correct route yet. So that is not the bus stop for us. Now, I can hear a siren behind me, but I don't know where it is. Alright, that's a 322. This is quite an interesting map from what I've seen on other videos. I haven't done anything, by the way, in optimizing my settings for the computer to try and improve frame rates and all that sort of stuff. Various people have reported various levels of success when that's been required. So we'll see how we go. We're 23 minutes in, 24 minutes in, and I'm not on the correct route. I know that. But as this is our real introduction to OMSI, and this is actually, as I mentioned, the furthest I've actually driven, I'm quite happy even though I'm on the wrong route. Okay, park brake off we go. We'll get back on Route 3 eventually. We're not that far from... So, 20 mile an hour zone. No, that's the 322. We're probably still not on the correct Route 3 yet. I've got to say that the the noise, when the audio is working well, it sounds similar to what you'd expect. Like when you brake, it actually sounds like you're trying to brake. Just crash into me black cab, it's alright.
That driving is impeccable. No, I'm only joking. Let me off this bus.
What's this driver doing?
That's a very good question. What's his driver doing? And I thought the passengers on Fernbus winched. Okay, so we're still on the 322, which would be great if we were actually on the 322, but we're not. We're on, it's supposed to be on the route 3 to Oxford Circus, which is long.
You should stick with Sky Electrics, mate.
Oh, they are going the sledge. Come on. And the thing is, I am barely touching the I'm barely touching the controller to move the stick, so to move the wheel. Oh, that's a speed hump. Okay, so these things coming up, yeah, speed humps, okay. And this is what it's really like when you're in some of the suburban streets of London with these, you know, narrow roads, lots of speed bumps. No, this is still the 322. So just to get to this point, I think is amazing. It's interesting in this day and age that that bus drivers are still meant to memorize their route, that they don't have in many cases some sort of GPS navigation to guide you around the route or anything like that. You know, you go out on a bus or whatever and you learn the route. And if you're at a busy depot, well, you learn lots of routes. Not sure if I had collisions turned off or not. I know I did look at that setting at one stage, but I might not have turned it back on. Yeah, I must have turned them off. Yeah, I've definitely turned collisions off because look at that. I can drive straight through that car, straight through that cab, and nothing will happen. I'm surprised the passengers haven't said anything about that. And whoa. Okay, now what do I do? See what happens. Wow, okay. This is one way to get back to Route 3. Dukes of Hazzard! Hang on, now we're on train tracks. What? You have knocked over a pedestrian. Okay. What we should probably do is get back on the road for a start. That's not a very good introduction. But that will do for the moment. We'll go back and we'll start again. We'll do it a bit more seriously. truck. Turn
Ready
on.
to roll.
You ready to rock, Miss Sky? We're at the container terminal again. We're in a Volvo this time.
Let's go.
Rather enthusiastic Skynet today.
Okay, let's find a new route.
Let's do that, Skynet. Let's find a new route, as you call it.
This is where it ends.
Welcome back. Our passenger information system isn't working at the moment. However, this is a good training opportunity for me, I guess, to drive Route 3, and no passengers will probably get on because it doesn't say anything on the front or the side of the bus. So we'll have a look. I can see that it's trying to load something, but it is just not working at the moment. So we're at Crystal Palace bus station again. We'll get back into the bus. We'll close the door. We'll turn our bus stop light off. Our bus park brake rather. Now I did notice that during the last episode I actually had collisions turned on. I can't see that little arrow thingy. I think I'm going straight ahead. If I go outside... Oh, Piccadilly Circus, it is working. Hang on. Whoops. Okay, I need to go around to the left. Come on. You can do it, OMSI. There we go. So yeah, I did actually have collisions turned on. Whoops. Last time, which was interesting.
Crystal Palace Parade.
Hey, it's working now. So now that we've actually got something on the screen, I wonder if that means that passengers will actually get on.
Three, 2, Regent Street.
So it's very jerky on the on the stick to turn the wheel. So while we're here, see if we can change this destination.
3 to Regent Street.
Change it back to Oxford Circus. Oops. 3 Oxford Circus. Oxford Circus. So it is going through. It is actually changing it now. Okay, I was never going to get past that bus. Collisions are obviously turned off, even though I thought they were turned on. But this is our introduction episode, so I do expect some things to sort of go a little bit screwy. We got Oxford Circus back on the front. Good. We'll see if any passengers get on, or if indeed we should be on the 3, not the N3. So I am going to try and at least roleplay it so that I am driving around cars correctly and not just driving through them. So we do have the right
3 to Oxford Circus.
None of the passengers want to ride with me. That's alright. That's quite alright. What I do like about this though is that there's plenty of AI buses, which for instance in Fernbus and in Fernbus and Bus Simulator you don't see a lot of other buses.
To Oxford Circus.
Let's go. What do we have here? We've got road work. We've got some road work, so we've got to go to the other side of the road when we get the Green light. This is interesting. Makes me wonder, am I ever going to get the green light at this stage, because the other cars aren't moving at the other end. Like, even though there's some bugs and stuff, I am trying to roleplay this relatively seriously. Okay, here we go. We are about to get the green light. Green light. Come on, release spark brake. There we go. Not sure where that siren's coming from. There's the 41. If I'm going to hear the sirens, can I at least see the benefit and see where they are? I can understand why some people have elected to turn them off on their streams. Oh, there's a KFC. Nobody wants to get on.
3, 2, Oxford Circus.
Do I turn left here? I guess I do. Oh, there's a train.
Three, 2, Oxford Circus.
Oh no, we've come to one of our invisible walls again. Oh, this is rubbish.
Turn left. It's all over now.
Thank you, Sky. Welcome back. We're in Camberwell Bus Garage, as the English would call it, or as I'd call it, a bus depot. And we're going to be on Route 12 to Oxford Circus, and let's hope we have a little bit more luck with our directions than we have so far. So we're just scrolling through our destinations. We have started up the bus. So we're just scrolling through to Oxford Circus. So we've found the number 12, that's the route we're on. And now we're just scrolling through to Oxford Circus. Not sure how many police sirens would you'd actually be able to hear in the depot. It is in the afternoon, and we'll see how many passengers, if any. Oxford Circus, route number 12. So we've been on the same bus the whole time, just on different routes. I couldn't imagine having to wind these blinds, as the English call them. I'd call them destination boards. I just couldn't imagine having to wind them all the way to where you'd have to go. Oxford Circus is what we're looking for. Let's start our bus. And we will find our way out of the depot. I've never been in here before, so I've got no idea where I am. But let's get into it anyway and see what happens. Alrighty. So Camberwell Garage, start end trips here, right in front of a pylon. I don't know about that. Now, I don't know if this garage door is supposed to actually go up. Well, with the episode that we've been having, so... Oh, it does go up. Okay, good to know. And let's see. Which way is it telling us to go? Okay, well, either way it's telling us to go to the right, so let's go to the right. Oi! Okay, so we are going around to the left. Looks like a very narrow lane when... So I'm just going to wait here. Now, I was mentioning earlier on in the episode that you have to, as a bus driver, remember your route. Sometimes what they also do is they put up little markers, not as obvious as ones hanging from the sky as in this, but what they do, they have little markers that are on poles and that sort of stuff. I actually saw one of them being replaced in near Charlestown Shopping Centre near Newcastle the other day. The bus pulled up and I'm thinking, oh well, my bus back to Newcastle's pretty much due. He had not in service on the front of his bus, and I thought he'll just get there, he'll change it, and then I'll get on the bus. So the bus driver gets out, he's got his little cordless drill with him and the new sign, and so he unscrews the old sign, puts a new sign up, gets back in his bus, and off he goes. So that was rather interesting, rather comical. Wow, that bus just sort of cleaned up that car. Righty, round to the left.
Medlar Street.
So we've got to remember now we're on the 12. So this is the start of our route, Camberwell Green. For the 12, the 68 and the... Whoops, I didn't mean... Okay, that we got the semi-direct number plate, good. We got people getting on the bus. That's a good sign.
12 to Oxford Circus. Camberwell Green. Bus will wait here whilst drivers are changed.
I just got here. But if that's what you want to do... Hey driver, you doing alright? So seeing as though we've got a bus lane, we'll use it.
Hey lad, the wheels on the bus are supposed to go round and round, not fly it off.
Medlar Street.
So I'm not the 46 or the 45. I am a 12. So we'll pull up right, yeah.
Hiya, driver.
Hello. So I am trying to give you a... Why is that back door not open? I want to adjust the view so it's a decent side-on view. so we can see people getting in and out of the bus, and then when I drive. Alright.
Wyndham Road. To Oxford Circus.
So that's a good view of the doors closing. So I'd go straight ahead. Okie dokie, let's go. As a few English people have already commented on other streams, buses in London aren't normally this noisy unless it's, late on a Friday, Saturday night and there's lots of tourists, but in general commuter times they're not this noisy in terms of passenger chitter chatter. Oh, it hasn't changed yet. They're all just going through it. Of course, like all the other things in OMSI world, things are adjustable, so I dare say that there will be a few people turning down the passenger noise and that sort of thing. I've seen various people who stream adjust their settings and whatnot. I haven't done any of that yet. I just want to get in the bus and drive. Don't really care where I go at this point, or
Bowyer Place.
we got a bus lane again, so let's use it. For what is quite an old program, this map is very, very good. And this is straight out of the box with no adjustments. Okay. Certainly a few people
12
getting on the
to
bus.
Oxford Circus.
Passing an essay, that were a dime a dozen in Australia when I was a kid. I remember petrol at 45 cents a litre in 1984 at the
Camberwell Road, Albany Road.
Esso service station near my school. Now they're not a thing in Australia anymore. They are in the UK and also in Canada. Interesting story.
12 to Oxford Circus.
Speaking of service stations in Australia, many people in Australia would be familiar with the brand Caltex, which is an American brand which stood for California and Texas oil company, I think, or petroleum company, something like that. But it was a combination of California and Texas. And there was, for many years, Caltex was a brand in Australia.
Westmoreland Road.
Used under license, but that expired. And so Caltex Australia is in the process of rebranding to Ampol. Now, Ampol isn't a famous Australian brand. I think it stands for Australian Motorist Petroleum. But Ampol was a very famous Australian brand that is now coming back. You know, Mobil's been a popular one that's come and gone, coming back, who knows, in Australia.
12 to Oxford Circus.
But Esso, yeah, I remember Esso growing up. And their slogan was put your tiger in the tank. Alright, let's close these doors and not a bad little route, this one, the 12. $45, that's not us.
East Street.
They are chatty down the back, aren't they? How you doing down the back? All right. Love catching buses in London. It was so cool. So in future episodes, I'll be driving the single-decker bus and also the Boris Master, as it's known, or the modern Route Master. Somebody actually wants to get off. They just press the bell to get off. What's the speed up?
Like we used to go round and round,
I wasn't even going around the corner. I was going straight, mate. You know what I'm saying? The front door didn't open then, so everyone's
12
getting on.
to Oxford Circus.
Couple of ladies there dressed like they're going to the airport as flight attendants. Certainly quite a few people on the bus. That's for the 45. So sometimes just because there's a stop doesn't necessarily mean that it's
Larkham Street.
Just because there's a stop doesn't mean that it's necessarily for us. And again, that's part of the driver's route knowledge. So we've got another roadwork section here. Someone else wants to get off. Now, for the sake of it, and also because there usually has been passengers at each one of our stops, I've just been stopping at all the Route 12 stops anyway. In reality, if there was nobody there and you didn't hear a bell, or it didn't come up on the screen, I'm not liking the sound of that. Oh, I recognise that one. I just recognise the words out of memory, even though the rest of it's in German.
There are those who would like to see you fail in your journey. That's not going to happen on my watch. Let's go.
Can we stop for ice cream, Bart? Can we stop for ice cream? Oh, it's the Max! The Portland Light Rail System, the Max, and that's what it actually looks like. How sweet! So end of May, June, July, and now we're into August, so...
That was the longest night of my life.
So hopefully this time OMSI won't crash. But when I loaded it up again, it did suggest to turn off a particular setting, which might help with stability. So we'll see how we go this time. We're at Herne Hill Station, which we'll show you in a moment. We're going to go on a different route, that's Route 201. So we'll find it on our destination display. So we're after 201 at the moment. Okay, 201. So we'll just press the blue bar. So we're at Herne Hill now. St Leonard's Church, Herne Hill, St Leonard's Church. Oh, it looks like we're going to St Leonard's Church then. So if we go to the front of the bus, okay, now it is actually going through, and oh, that was quick. That was very quick. Okay, so we need to hurry up a little because there's a bus behind us waiting to get in. So, park, brake off. Okay, that's working. So we'll go D for drive. Park, brake off. Park, brake off. D for drive. Park, brake off. Come on. D for drive. Park, brake off. There we go. So-
201 to Streatham, St Leonard's Church.
Okay, now we need to be in... We need to be in the right-hand lane. We can go now. Settle down, Mr. Sun. So we're on the 201 now. Oh, Mr. Sun, settle down.
Oh my god.
Settle down. So I'm not necessarily going to run a schedule at the moment, but I am going to run on the 201 as far as we can, and let's see what happens. Passengers did... Hang on, can we go around? Passengers did get on the bus. That sun, wowee. But I guess that's what the sun can actually do when the sun's out in England. Who knew? So we'll see how far we can get without running into imaginary walls and that sort of thing when you think you're following the route. But it turns out you're just driving down a dead-end street. We'll see how we go to conclude our first episode of London Bus Simulator. Or as some people might say, London Simulator Dirk. London Bus Simulator, powered by OMSI 2. So we'll go around, we'll go into the bus lane. Into the bus lane. Now I've never driven this route before. 201, that's where the 201, that's not us. This is us. So we'll go outside and we'll have another look. This is our bus and our passengers, and looking pretty schmick.
201 to Stratton St Leonard's Church.
Oh, there's someone getting upstairs. Why would you not go in my favourite seat of a double-decker bus? Is she going to? Yeah, she is. There we go. That is my favourite seat upstairs, right above the driver's head. Right above the driver's head, so you can pretend you're driving the bus from upstairs. That is the go-to spot on a double-decker bus, in my opinion. And it's really freaky because you know that you're in a similar viewpoint to the driver, but you can't do anything about it. Now we have to turn to the left up here. Come on, let's go round the corner nicely. Thank you. Old lady, why are you walking on the road? There's a perfectly good footpath there. There we go. See, you could use it. Reason 469 why I'm not an actual bus driver in real life.
I must say, your driving is impeccable. Nah, I'm very joking. Can you stop the bus, please? I want to get off before I throw up.
Wasn't that bad. That's actually a pretty good screen cap, if I remember.
201 to Stratton St Leonard's Church.
So far, so good. Certainly a challenge. I never thought I was going to get this far in OMSI ever. Now, it is primarily a game that, or a program that came out of Germany. And you'll still see, 7+ years later, that there are still some instructions and dialogue boxes and everything like that in German only. Whoops. So quite a few people getting on.
201 to Stratton St Leonard's Church.
Alright. So we've got some road work up here, so the lanes will narrow. Not looking forward to that. So we'll just go through here nice and slow. And we'll hit the curb apparently. Now I do, for anyone who hasn't seen me do transport simulators before, occasionally I like to show the outside of the bus that I'm driving, or the train that I'm driving, or the tram that I'm driving, or whatever. Because sometimes they're just a cool view as well, and I'd actually like to see those views sometimes while I'm driving my train or my bus or whatever it is that I'm driving. But in this sort of game, on this sort of sim, it's not easy to do. Oh, that steering makes it look like I'm driving worse than I actually am. So when we come to a place where we can stop, for instance here at the bus stop, I quickly like to go to
201.
an alternative view.
Streatham, St Leonard's Church.
I quickly like to go to an alternative view just to show you what it would look like. Now, if I could rely on this bus driving in a straight line while I'm on my outside camera, I'd do it for a little bit, or driving at third person. I don't particularly want to drive the bus third person. Someone wants to get off, probably that guy who wanted to get off like 5 stops ago. And that movement of the steering wheel is just a very slight touch of the control stick on the controller. Now I might try and do it now. Adjust. Actually, that's not bad.
201.
So we could see
Streatham,
the
St Leonard's Church.
so that we can see the passengers when they get on the bus. So we can see the passengers when we get on the bus, but we can also go. Although just having a look at it, one of the problems that OMSI has, as a black cab just cuts me off as I'm trying to.
Oh my God.
Alright, we'll stay here for the minute. One of the problems that OMSI has is that it is impossible within the settings to actually set up your screen resolution. Now, I'm running a massive 49-inch curved monitor. And so that's, 1380 by 1080 pixels or something like that. So what you're seeing on screen is not necessarily what I am seeing on screen. But this angle isn't too bad. My field of view is wider than yours. I can see more of my left-hand side of the entry door, but you'll be able to see enough of the passengers to say, hey, look, it actually looks like people are getting on the bus. We'll show you that at the next stop. Fire truck, BRT. I do like that there is a range of vehicles that you can see. Now that makes it look like I'm driving really harshly. I'm actually not. There's a range of vehicles that you can see, and it's just not...
(201) to Streatham, St Leonard's Church.
So you can see a range of vehicles, not only just the buses or just cars, like Tram Simulator, for instance, Tram Sim. That is awesome, going through the streets of Vienna. But you don't see, you see the occasional white van, but you don't see any trucks, you don't see any, you don't see police cars or fire engines or ambulances or anything like that. Here you see a great variety, and it's really well done. No, that's the 3 or the N3. So I don't need to stop there. And I've seen the marker too late, but I presume that I can still go this way to stay on Route 201. Hang on, that's the 3. Don't worry about that. I hope I haven't gone off route. Yeah, I'm not seeing any stops for the 201 anymore. Maybe I should have turned off earlier. And I don't know, because I don't know London's geography that well. Like, I basically know through watching other people's OMSI's videos that if I was on the Route 3, I'd be heading to either Crystal Palace, which is where most of this episode started from, or if I'd be going towards Oxford Circus. Now, I don't know if I'm going towards... I don't know if I'm going towards Oxford Circus or if I'm going towards Crystal Palace. Come on. Why are you doing this to me now, bus? I'm very jerky in the acceleration. Alright, let's see if I can actually figure out. So we're at Gypsy North, Gypsy Hill.
201 to Streatham, St Leonard's Church.
So let me see if I can figure out if I'm heading towards... That sign will tell me if I can read it. We are heading towards... Crystal Palace. So, what we can do, we can get in the cab and we can change. And this could happen. This could happen in real life. You could be on one route and then you get terminated short, sent on an alternative route. So now we'll change ourselves, considering that we're Route 3, Crystal Palace. We'll go to the front of the bus. Front of the bus, not the back of the bus. This is a problem when you have to operate with a... ladies and gentlemen, we are now a Route 3 bus to Crystal Palace. We are now a Route 3 bus to Crystal Palace. So the passengers probably won't get on now until it is finished scrolling for Oxford Circus and Crystal Palace. There we go. So we'll wait for it to scroll around to Crystal Palace and make the announcement. Now, on some buses you've actually got a PA system. Other buses you just have to shout. Oh, well, there was an actual police car under actual lights and sirens, and we actually saw it. Crystal Palace. Okay, we are now a Crystal Palace service on route number 3. We'll adjust the camera to that view. Okay, has the sideboard finished changing yet? No, it hasn't. We're causing a massive traffic jam, but we've been transposed onto another service, and we're only at the K's. Okay, folks, we are a Crystal Palace service, Route 3 Crystal Palace. We'll get out of here because we are causing a massive traffic jam. So now we are a Route 3 service to Crystal Palace. Now it'll be interesting at the next stop to hear it actually announce that this is a 3 bus to Crystal Palace. We'll go behind the Boris Master. So we have to follow him. Oh, he's on a 3 as well. So if I can keep up with him and follow him, I can see where I'm going a little easier. Now, I wonder if there is actually another stop. Probably isn't, where I'm actually combined and meet up again with the 201. Yeah, a lot of London bus drivers and bus drivers in general just go over small roundabouts like that. Now I need to keep up with that Boris Master double-decker bus in front of us. But we also need to stop. Hello, thank you. So we'll see if
3, 2, Crystal Palace.
I really love the announcements. They are awesome. So I've lost any hope with keeping up with that bus in front, so you know, and sometimes in a situation like that where it's usually more common mid-route if you would get turned around early rather than put onto a totally different route at somewhere that isn't a major interchange. But I did it so I could at least follow a route. Now, because I haven't put the actual schedule in, because I was in a hurry to leave the first stop because we're causing a traffic jam. Hello. They're all tapping their oysters. I didn't put
3, 2, Crystal Palace.
I didn't put the actual schedule in, so it doesn't recognise the names of the stops. At the next major stop, I should probably do that and see if that actually makes a difference. Oh, that is really exaggerated, that steering. Now, I haven't actually connected up my steering wheel. I do have a steering wheel, I just haven't connected it up. Alright. Where are you going? Route 3, I don't know. We're going around to the right. In an exaggerated fashion. We might even be close enough to Crystal Palace where I don't even need to worry about putting in the wrong, Crystal Palace Parade. That is really exaggerated. For fun, what I'm going to do.
3, 2, Crystal Palace.
Okay, so we're line 3. Tour doesn't really matter. Terminus Crystal Palace. First stop. Where are we? Alright, we'll see if that makes an actual difference.
Crystal Palace Parade, College Road.
There we go, it does make a difference.
What's your
Oh
badge
my
number?
God.
I'm going to report you.
Come on, this isn't an episode of The Bill. What's your badge number?
Crystal Palace.
Now we'll see if we've actually put in the right actually.
3, 2, Crystal Palace.
Okay, so by my reckoning, we should have just one more stop in actual Crystal Palace bus station itself. That is really jerky. So we drop off up here. One thing about the English is, in many instances, they really do know how to do a good bus interchange. Those ones where you have to reverse out, I'm just going to go here. Oh, that steering is really exaggerated. Okay, I don't need to see the timetable right now as I'm coming up to a stop. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the current timetable. Yes, I'm sure. So we'll
3, 2, Crystal Palace.
So we'll do a 3 again because we're at that stop. Current time. I don't really care if we're early or not, to be frank. We'll go to Oxford Circus and we'll see how far we get. We need to go up here and change it to Oxford Circus. Look outside. We're showing as an Oxford Circus service now, so that's good. We'll just wait for some passengers to get on. There we go, there we go. We'll have a look inside. We'll adjust our camera position so at least you can see the passengers. And we'll see how far we can go before I go off route or something similar.
Crystal Palace bus station.
Now you really got to see those markers early. I think that could be actually too high. Have I got...
Crystal Palace Parade.
No, this is Crystal Palace Park. I think I've gone the wrong way. So, in the spirit of the episode, being all screwed up,
3, 2, Oxford Circus.
this would never happen in a real bus. R for reverse. I said R for reverse, not D for forward. Now, do not drive a real bus like this at home. Collisions are turned off. I just want to drive the right way on the 3 for a change. Alright. R for reverse. No, I said R for reverse. Do I have to hold... Nah, this was a stupid idea. Do I have to go down and go... Do I have to hold that in for reverse, really? What does that button do? That's stupid. Have to hold it in to go in hold R in to go in reverse. Well, the episode... And now we're stuck. Do not drive a bus like this at home. Collisions are seemingly turned off, but I can still drive through stuff. I don't care.
Your driving is impeccable. Nah, I'm very joking. Can you stop the bus, please? I want to get off before I throw up.
Actually, on this occasion, dude has a point. Now, I could edit all that out, but it is our first episode and things have been a bit screwy. So hopefully we can get on Route 3 now. Also, mental note, don't reverse. Look at the way the bus is going up and down while we're idling with the park brake on. Because I've got the larger screen, it is so obvious. And in the real world, you'd be doing a lot more time learning how to drive the bus and the routes.
It's impeccable. Nah, I'm very joking. Let me off this bus.
And after all that, I'm not even on the 3 anyway.
to Oxford Circus.
I think I'm going to have to do some watching more videos of Route 3. To go, yeah, that's where I go. Maybe I should have been following the N3. But we will see. It'd be a minor miracle if we got back onto the 3 at this point. The Crystal Palace Aquarium is not what I think of when I think of an aquarium. I'd think of that as more of a pet store. An aquarium's a tourist place with lots of fishes and you can actually see the fish through the glass. That's an aquarium. Let's blow some horn just for the fun of it. Alright. Here's our bus. Very empty at the moment because we're off route. So there's our one downstairs passenger. Oh, that's a free camera. Yeah, that's a fair amount of traffic that I'm in the middle of. So that bus in front of us, the single decker bus in front of us, I think it's called a City Bus 200 from memory. We'll be driving one of those on the next episode. And then the episode after that, we'll drive a Boris Master. This has been a little bit extended, but it is our first day. So I wonder if I should follow this bus because I'm hopelessly off route. Actually, that's a good one. If that stays straight... So which way is old mate going? Old mate's going straight.
Three, to Oxford Circus.
Actually, we'll go down probably to another stop where it's a little bit less congested. Watch out for speed bump. Now, in Australia, that sort of parking in a major centre with the where you're half on the road and half not, like this white van is in front, that would actually be illegal. But because the streets are so narrow, Gypsy Hill Station. Okay, well maybe I can change to a 322 up here. And that does give people a convenient interchange point. Ladies and gentlemen, due to my incompetence, we will now become a 322 service. Transport for London apologises for any inconvenience caused. So, where are we going? We're on the 322.
3, to Oxford Circus.
Towards West Norwood. Okay. So we'll just go out a little bit. There we go. Alright, back in the bus. Alright, we'll adjust this. Alright, the 322. Towards West Norwood. Crystal Palace. West Norwood. Now, so we'll have a look at the front. That will change, and while we're doing that, yes, I want to change the current route. So now the 322 tour doesn't really matter. The terminus matters. Brixton. Oh, well, it'll be Brixton. Gypsy Hill Station is where we are. So we'll just wait for our passenger display, our blind as they call it, to change there. Now I don't know how far West Norwood is actually away, or how long we'll actually be on the 322. So that's got a while to go. And this is the problem, you really got to choose a spot where there's no traffic. So you'd really have to do this at something like a at an interchange. West Norwood, 315, 322. There we go. So we'll go back in the bus. We'll adjust the view slightly. We'll adjust this view. Oh, that so needs to be an easier way. Alright, back on the bus. Again,
Gypsy Hill.
not
Gypsy
realistic.
Road.
Not realistic. Freaky AF. And not at all realistic. So you could drive through half these cars, almost could drive through a big red truck. But if you hit one single pedestrian, it says that will be put on your file. So collisions, oh, I thought I'd turn collisions off, but obviously not. So I turn collisions on, but obviously not. It's been a long episode. Can we actually make it to West Norwood? Do I actually know where West Norwood is? Maybe, and I don't know. Will I ever drive all the way correctly on Route 3 to get from Crystal Palace to Oxford Circus? Now I've got to remember that I am actually on the 322, which in a second will go round to the left. Now I should be looking to the left and the right, but so hard watching things in this game the way I've got it set up at the moment. That may improve as I get more experienced and also figure out how to put it on the controller so I can actually look like I do in other ones.
Avenue.
Oh, do we have an actual child at the bus stop? So it's telling me to go around to the right when there's... This is obviously the major road to stay on.
Salters Hill. Hail and ride section after this stop.
So what that announcement I think basically means is that after this stop, it's not a mandatory stop. So if you don't signal the bus and if you don't signal to get off, we keep going. Now I am trying to roleplay this a little. Now, realistically,
Hail and Ride, St. Gothard Road.
now, if I was a car driver and I had a big London bus coming at me, I'd be taking advantage of these little pullover spaces that are actually there. Oh no! It's one of these imaginary walls, and this time I 100% know that I haven't got lost. Oh, this is annoying. What's on the other side of this wall? So, I think I've been down this road before. Not the way that I wanted to finish the episode. Not the way that I wanted to finish the episode at all, which is a shame because you could see there that I was actually following the route, and then all of a sudden the route just disappears. So before we go, considering that I'm not delaying traffic anymore, let's have a look at our routes. Old Kent Road, Tesco, Clapham Junction, Brixton, Elephant and Castle, Aldwych, Black Bank, rail replacement. So let's put up rail replacement, and that will do. Oh, that came up rather quickly. Anywho, I've been Simulator Dirk. You've been wonderful. It's time to get ready to go to my real place of employment. And I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye for now.